Namaste, Sitaram. A pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I am your host, Nisha Sharma, and Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharujadip Mandir. And of course, the Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. Now, I know we are preparing for the Navaratri season that is coming up, the celebrations. And like I said last week, Maharujadip Mandir will be celebrating Navaratri. So if you are wanting, or if it is your desire to attend one of our services, please call us and reserve a spot, because as you know, we are still, we are not open to the public, but we are conducting our services by appointment only. So throughout the program today, I'll give you more information on how you can reserve a spot for our Navaratri celebrations. For now, we'll get straight into our pravachan with our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma. Enjoy.
Guru Mata Pita Guru Bandhu Saka Guru Matra Pita Guru Bandhu Saka Tere Charanon mein Swami mere koti pranam Tere Charanon mein Swami mere koti pranam प्रियतम तू ही प्राणनाथ तुम्ही प्रियतम तू ही प्राणनाथ तुही तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम गुरु मातृ पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तुम शक्ति हो तुम भक्ति हो तुम शक्ति हो तुम मुक्ति हो मेरे सांब शिवा गुरु मातृ पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम प्रेरणा तुम्ही साधना तुम्ही प्रेरणा तुम्ही साधना तुम्ही आराधना मेरे सांब शिवा गुरु मातृ पिता गुरु बंधु सखा गुरु मातृ पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम गुरु मातृ पिता गुरु बंधु सखा गुरु मातृ पिता गुरु बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम।
Brim se bole Shri Sita Ramachandra ki jai. Devotees, we all have a lot of potential within us, an infinite source of joy, strength, devotion and purity that lies hidden within us. But all that goodness remains buried under the dust of our small thinking and uninspiring goals. We feel small and powerless because we work only for a handful of people around us rather than associating ourselves with sometimes the bigger goal. The moment that a person surrenders to a higher ideal, it becomes very powerful. Prior to meeting Ramchandra ji, Sri Hanuman ji was the minister of Sugriv and served as his advisor. Sri Hanuman ji's glory was never seen while he was serving Sugriv. It was only when Hanuman ji served alone that his glory unfolded. Unless we serve a bigger deal, a higher ordeal, our power and goodness does not get exhibit. When we think that we have to live for something bigger and higher than our country or the Lord or the Guru, then a reservoir of power opens up within us. Nobody knew Karamchand Gandhi as a successful lawyer, but his God multiplied when he became a freedom fighter. Our capacity to sacrifice and endure is very limited when we have a small goal in life. Bigger goals infuse greater inspiration and assurance. When we work for the Lord, to serve and to please the Lord in the very same way starts expressing through us. See, Hanumanji had only one ideal, that was to serve Lord Ramchandraji. He had one passion and one zeal, and that was to serve him. This alone made Hanumanji most glorious. The faith of holding on to the Lord's name and God's work is most potent. It brings out the best upon each and every one of us. And so always seek for a higher, aim for a higher, associate that which will make you higher in life. May the blessings of the Lord be upon each and every one of you. Bhagwan blessings now and all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
क्या गोकुल देखो मैं क्या मथुरा जाऊं, क्या धरती माता और क्या गंगा मैया, इन सब से बड़ी मेरी माँ है, सबसे बड़ी मेरी माँ है। क्या धरती माता और क्या गंगा मैया, क्या गोकुल देखो मैं
dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's pravachan. And if you've enjoyed this morning's pravachan, like I said, we are preparing for the Navaratri celebrations. So please be sure to come and witness Pandit Ravi's katha that he is going to be delivering during these 9 nights live. So I know many of you say you see us on TV, so you connect with us every Saturday morning, but we also like to see you in person. So please be sure to call us and come on down to Maharajadiv Mandir and let us meet in person through one of our services so that we can pray together. For now, we'll get straight into our health segment with Dr. Ramkisoon.
Sitaram and welcome to Health Corner. I am Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon, and today is the second episode in our series on cancer. Today we are discussing colon cancer. This is a common type of cancer that we have all heard about, and perhaps may even have friends or relatives that have been diagnosed with colon cancer in the past. Overall, about 1 in 20 people will develop colon cancer during their lifetime, and these rates are higher in men as compared to women. Colon cancer is a cancer of the large intestine, which is the lower part of the digestive system. Generally speaking, this category of cancers includes both colon and rectal cancer, and therefore sometimes referred to as colorectal cancer. Most cases of colon cancer begin as a small clump of cells called polyps, which can sometimes continue growing and become colon cancer. In most cases, it is not clear what causes these colon cells to start dividing and form cancerous growths. However, there are a small percentage of people that have a genetic mutation that makes them prone to developing colon cancer, sometimes at a very early age. These individuals tend to have a strong family history of colon cancer in multiple family members. Another suspected cause of colon cancer is diet. Population studies have shown an association between the typical Western diet and an increased risk of colon cancer. This typical Western diet is high in fat and low in fiber. Although it is not clear why the Western diet increases your risk of developing colon cancer, this association is clear and is an active area of research today. There are certain risk factors for developing colon cancer during your lifetime. The first is age. As the older you are, the higher the risk of developing colon cancer. Next is a history of colon polyps, as those with polyps found on colonoscopy have a higher rate of progressing to cancer. Diseases such as ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease are inflammatory conditions that are also cancer risks. Having a family history of colon cancer increases your chance of developing the disease. This means that if you have a parent, sibling, or child with colon cancer, you have a higher risk of developing it yourself. The low fiber and high fat diet, typically referred to as the Western diet, is another risk factor. The last are the lifestyle factors that have been shown to increase colon cancer risk, specifically cigarette smoking, heavy alcohol use, sedentary lifestyle, and obesity. The symptoms of colon cancer are very vague, and most people do not have any symptoms at all until it's very advanced. These symptoms can include a change in bowel habits that last longer than 4 weeks, rectal bleeding or blood in the stool, persistent abdominal cramping or pain, or unexplained weakness, fatigue, or weight loss. Since colon cancer is usually symptom-free until it's very advanced and has already spread, it is very important to have regular screening tests performed through your family physician. Generally, the guidelines recommend that screening for colon cancer starts at the age of 50 and can include yearly stool tests for blood or screening colonoscopy exams to look for polyps or cancerous cells. If diagnosed with colon cancer, treatment can include surgery, radiation therapy, or even chemotherapy. This is a common type of cancer and something that can be treated if caught early. The key is reducing your risk of developing colon cancer by adopting a healthy lifestyle and regular screening tests to catch it early. Thank you for joining me on Health Corner, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week on Rudraaya.
My dear viewers, at Maharujadiv Mandir, we are still not open to the public, but if you'd like to book a special prayer with Pandit Ravi, or come get your patra read, or meet with him just for wellness, because I know during this time of COVID, there's so many things going on in our lives that it's good to connect with our Pandits and to sit and have a discussion and get some of that sort of spiritual blessings, or that need that you have for spirituality, to get it filled. So please book an appointment, call us, and come on down to Maharujadiv Mandir. Sit with Pandits, whether it's for a puja or for patra reading, or just to talk and have a conversation, because you need that. Please call us and reserve an appointment. And like I mentioned, we are also preparing for our Navratri celebration, so that as well, you can book an appointment and you can reserve a spot to come celebrate with us. Now we'll get straight into our corporate segment with Kamal G from Lotus Funeral Home.
Sitaram, my name is Kamal Bardwaj, and I'm the owner of Lotus Funeral Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Home Crematorium in Kitchener. I'm also a licensed funeral director. I just want to take a moment to speak about COVID-19's and the latest developments in our industry. As you know, it has really changed how funerals are being done. But even with that said, funerals are still taking place. What's happened is we are maintaining the social distancing of 2 meters. Also, when people arrive into our building, they are asked to put on hand sanitizer through our automated machines. Their names are logged in and their contact information as required in case for traceability. And when they enter the rooms, all the chairs have been sanitized. Even after there are people coming in and out, seats are changing from one group to another. Each time those chairs are sanitized with a spray. So these are kind of things that we have to do. As well, door handles are sanitized constantly throughout a viewing or service. But we are using live stream such as Zoom, and people are able to watch, those who live abroad, a funeral service or a visitation. They can even interact, so some may have speeches from back home. And they can watch the speeches, and they can also be part of the speeches because through technology, they can speak at the computer and they'll be put on our screens in our hall, and people can listen to them doing eulogies or speeches during a service. But even with that said, it's not the same. The grieving obviously has become something where people have to grieve apart from each other. With restrictions on numbers, we are at 30% capacity of our building, but we still have quite a few people that are coming in and out of the building. Because we're a larger facility, at 30%, you still have a high number of people still coming into our facility. But we maintain social distancing at all times. Obviously, there are families that are in a bubble group, so they can maintain a closer proximity to each other. But it's still important to be wary of that and to be making sure you wash your hands when you're at the funeral home, even when you arrive home, to wash your hands or even take a shower. It's a good thing to do. Change your clothes. So being smart about the situation that's happening out there is very important for all of us to stay safe. Thank you. Sitaram.
Life is beautiful, but death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
मेरे आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। मेरे आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो रहा है। मेरे आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। पतवार के बिना ही मेरी नाव चल रही है। हे राम हे ज़माना, मंजिल भी मिल रही है। करता नहीं मैं कुछ भी, सब काम हो रहा है। मेरा नाम मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। तुम साथ हो जो मेरे, किस चीज की कमी है। किसी और चीज की अब दरकार ही नहीं है। तेरा साथ से गुलामा अब गुल खाम रहा है। मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। स्वानंदी यारों में तूने मुझको थामा, तुम कृष्ण बन के आए, मैं जब बन सुदामा, तेरे करम से अब ये सरेआम हो रहा है, मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा हो रहा है, मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम।
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's segment of Rudraaya. And of course, as I mentioned to you, if you'd like to attend one of our Navratri services, please be sure to call us and reserve a spot, because we are limiting capacity to 10 people at a time during our service. And of course, we have 9 nights, so we are able to accommodate all of you. All you need to do is call us and let us know how many of you will be coming, and we will be sure to reserve a spot for one of the evenings for you. And if you'd also like to perform puja during those evenings, also let us know, and we'll prepare for you, and you'll come and you'll do your puja. So my dear viewers, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. And of course, would like to thank our kind sponsors at Maharudradev Mandir, as well as our executive producer, Gari Khan, for making Rudra possible. And I'd just like to leave with you a few words of wisdom, like I always do every Saturday morning. And it goes like, help keep your thoughts positive, because your thoughts become your words. Help keep your words positive, because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive, because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive, because your habits become your values. And keep your values positive, because your values become your destiny. So please remember that, and we should always have a positive outlook in life, whether it is our thoughts, or words, or behavior, or habits, or values, because that becomes our destiny. My dear viewers, until we meet again next week, have a blessed week. Namaste.
Shri